Hey there guys, this is Sam
Justin
at the Survival Review, and we are now doing a review of, you guessed it, Day of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
Now Day of the Dead is my second favorite of any zombie movie out there, and it's his third favorite.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm speaking for him because he can't think for himself.
No, I don't think the movie's that great, but
Personally, I think not only is this movie great, but it gets better every time you watch it.
I agree. It does get better every time I watch it, but I still can't,
no matter how many times you watch this film, you will not get sick of it, and you will enjoy it even more. And it's actually getting to the point where I like it almost as much as Dawn of the Dead.
See, it's not getting to that point.
But I've seen it many more times than you have.
Yeah, you too. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times.
If you guys don't know, I am a huge zombie movie fan. And I watch zombie movies.
You saw those movies much longer before I did.
Yeah.
I started with it recently, but when I first saw it, I absolutely hated it. So I think it could be why it's slowly.
And I didn't hate it when I first saw it. I thought it was just a mediocre film when I first saw it.
My first experience of it is pretty vague, but I don't remember. I think it's because I watched it right after I watched Dawn of the Dead for the first time.
Yeah.
So in Dawn of the Dead, even though it is kind of a dark movie, you still are kind of in a good mood while watching it. No, it may sound weird, but you kind of are. But when you get to Day,
Day is just
complete opposite.
It just stays
It's
a
bleak,
bad
dark.
mood. It's a very bleak movie. There are very few times when there's a happy mood given off. But again, the characters are very good in this movie.
That's why I don't think the characters are that great.
In my opinion, I love the characters.
And
it started out where I didn't care too much for them, but they have grown on me quite a bit.
I don't really. I remember their kind of faces. I remember the bad guy, Captain Rhodes, right?
Yes.
I don't remember anybody else's name.
I can't remember their names either, but I don't remember the names of most characters.
I remember the names.
So
I remember the names from Night and Dawn.
It starts out in an army base, and that's where it will. Well, it actually doesn't start out in the army base. It starts out in like a town, and it's a wonderful shot of this entire town, how it's completely deserted, except you see like an alligator, but you think it's dead, but then it's not, and
like a newspaper in front of it, it's like a dead walk.
Exactly,
like
and it is a fantastic shot.
Yeah,
the second I saw that shot when I first saw this movie, I knew I was in for a treat, and actually, I didn't enjoy it that much the first time I saw it, but now every time I watch that movie...
And then you get the first zombie in the movie, which is this great puppet with, like, it's missing its jaw, but you still have, like, the tongue moving and everything.
Yeah, and that zombie is also on many of the covers.
Yeah. And there's a Halloween mask.
Yeah, there is?
Yes.
I want it.
I've seen that one on the Bugman.
We're gonna get sidetracked.
Calm it down. But yeah, anyway, so you introduce these, like, the characters are kind of like, you see the main characters in the helicopter, and they kind of like land in that town to like look for people.
Yes.
I think I don't remember the real point of the opening, but and they fly off and they fly back to their military base, which is an underground base, and that's where they spend the whole rest of the movie until kind of the end of the gap. But whatever, they spend most of the movie there. And
most of the movie, there really aren't too many zombies.
There aren't,
but it's the gore effects are fantastic when you do see them. The gore effects by far are the best out of all of the movies.
Out of the whole series. The biggest improvement over Dawn were the effects.
Yes. And although they're not used quite as much as they were in Dawn, the times that they were used were phenomenal.
Yeah.
They were just fantastic.
Yeah.
Now...
There's some crazy stuff in there. So during the movie, we have storylines where... this is one story where this doctor actually has a zombie tied up, and the zombie's name is Bub.
Yes.
And he's trying to kind of like domesticate and trying to teach the zombie to like not go after humans and stuff like that. So all those parts, that to me is the most interesting part of the whole film.
It's really interesting.
There's also a mask of Bub. I almost got that. And so that's the most, like, that to me is the most interesting. But I can't remember a whole lot of what else is going on in the plot. Like, it's mostly just like people yelling at each other.
Yeah, the whole movie.
That's why I don't.
Between that going on and Colonel Rhodes or whatever it was,
craziest bad guy.
Yeah, he's 100% crazy, and it's all about him taking over because the former person died, and No.
And he just doesn't like the way they're doing all the research and stuff like that. So he doesn't like that stuff.
Yeah.
But see that's my big struggle. There's that plot. There's not much going on. Like I don't find it.
There isn't a ridiculous amount going on, but there isn't a point in the movie where I think to myself, this is getting boring. I actually didn't find it boring. I mean, maybe the first time I saw it, I did find it boring, but each time I watch it again, it just grows on you. So if you watch this movie for the first time, if you haven't seen it and you watch it for the first time and you hate it, just give it another chance. It does grow on you.
But the one thing that just is great about the movie is the special effects. Like,
yeah, the special effects in Day of the Dead
are amazing. Like even for today's standards.
Now, the best example of when it's awesome is obviously in the scene when he's dissecting the zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, just the animatronics and the effects on it are fantastic.
There's one scene that rips the guy apart and rips the guy's head off, but his head's like still screaming as they rip him off.
And that is such a classic death.
Yeah. Or one of this characters, another character, I'm not gonna say who was, gets ripped in half. And you see, like, you see his leg, his, like, bottom half getting ripped off, and then you see the inside of his intestines, and you're just like, how do they do that?
It's an incredible...
Tom Savini is great.
Tom Savini at his finest.
And this is the last time we'll be seeing Tom Savini's effects work in
a George Romero film, unfortunately.
Silence, and then the silence for that.
Yeah.
But either way, Day of the Dead I still don't think is as great. Might take a few more viewings, and I might be right up there with him. But as of now, it has a lot of not a whole lot of problems, but I don't know, it just doesn't work. Like, I'm not complaining that like it's dark and it's not as like comic booky and fun as Dawn. I don't mind that. It's just the fact that it wasn't just. I feel it wasn't well done. You know what I mean? Like Night of the Living Dead wasn't a bright, happy movie, and I still loved it. But like. So to me, it's not the problem. The fact that they're complete opposites. Like Dawn is really comic booky. Like the blood is really red, and it's really fun. And Day, no, but that's not my problem. It's just like that you got that big feeling. Like these characters are uninteresting, and I feel like all they do is just yell at each other the whole movie.
I disagree. But respectfully, interesting fact: George Romero's favorite of his zombie films is Day of the Dead.
So. Maybe it took him a few more times.
Maybe. But altogether a fantastic film in my opinion, and an okay film in his opinion.
Out of 10 for you?
Out of 10, I give it a 9.75.
I don't know. I'm going along, as of now, like either 7.5 or 8. I'm going in that range.
Wow.
I think I'm going 8. I'll go 8, actually. I'll go 8.
You better go 8. I'm at 9.75. Pretty close to 10. It definitely has its flaws, but for me it's a close to perfect movie. Mainly the reason I give it a 9.75 is just because it's grown so close to my heart as a movie that I just watch at least once or twice a year since I first viewed it, and I just never get sick of it. So that's my explanation to why I love it.
Right.
And
I already explained why I don't love it.
So next time we'll get to talk about the Land of the Dead.
The 20-year sequel.
It took 20 years for them to make it.
Came out in 2005, I think.
And it is not bad. Alright, we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Alright, this is Sam.
And Justin.
Signing out, I guess.
The video should be fading out by now.
So. Yeah.